Hello, my name is Alexandre Bergel, and together with Razan, Thorsten, and Michel, we will show you an interactive feature visualization. So this is the joint work between the University of Chile, University of Gothenburg, University of Bochum, and University of Eindhoven. So FeatureVista is a visualization that has been designed to comprehend the interaction that a feature may have on a large code base. This is the main visualization of FeatureVista. On the left-hand side, I see a feature model. On the right-hand side, I see packages and classes. So the big gray square are packages, and inside I see classes. So when I put the mouse above a feature, then I see the contribution of that feature over the classes. So for example, if I put the mouse here, then I see that many classes get highlighted on the right-hand side, which means that this feature here, I zoom it a bit, this feature called exchange rate contributes to many classes. I can select a feature. When I select the feature, then a pan on the right-hand side appears. And this pan indicates all the classes and all the packages where the feature impacts. I can select several classes here, several features, and then I see that using some underlines below the classes, I see that these classes here, that gets impacted. When I click on the class, I see the source code of the class. And for example, in that case, I see that there are a lot of marks in the source code to indicate where the feature begins and where the feature ends. So if I click on the dependency, I see what are the dependency of this class. So here I just selected the class called sendCoins_fragment, and by using this tab here, I see the class which is at the center, and the right-hand side, all the classes that on which sendCoins_fragment depends on. So this class here imports all the other classes here. And I can navigate within the graph of the dependencies. And for example, I see, I can click here. And something interesting is that I can see like what is really the scope of the feature that I selected at the very beginning. So I've selected a number of features, for example, exchange rate, set pin, and various other codecs, various other classes. And then I see that each feature has a color, and the color gets propagated. So the goal of the feature is really to understand how the feature interacts for a given piece of code. So this big square here is a class, and the color indicates the portion of the class that belongs to a feature. In that case, I see that the source code contains some marks to indicate where the feature exchange rate begins and where it ends. And I can see like here I have some other marks to indicate that represent the nested interaction between the different features. And then I can see like where the nesting happens and how it happens. So there is multiple ways to navigate through a system. Okay, so once we start from the main visualization, I can click on the feature here, and I see all the classes that are contributed by the feature I just selected. When I click here on a class, then I see the class inspector, okay, that I just presented before. And I can also have here a small pane that indicates all the features that contributes to the selected class. I can click on the feature, and then I jump back to all the classes that I contributed by the feature I just selected. So there is multiple ways to accommodate different way of navigating through the set of the feature on the source code. So some property of the visualization. So we use an iconic visual representation. And in particular, we use a polymetric views in which some visual attributes are mapped into some multidimensional data elements. Some examples. And we have the feature model, and the size of the fonts used to indicate a feature indicates the amount of contribution that it does. For example, we see that this feature exchange rates contributes on the base code much more than, let's say, local app or log. This feature, this visualization here indicates relatively the same information. Each square here is a feature, and the size of the feature indicates the contribution of the base code. below here, I see some classes. And this is the class hierarchies that are that the source code contains. So there is multiple ways to interact with the visualization. In particular, you can always jump from the source code to the feature and from the feature to the source code, always. So there is multiple ways to navigate through the import links. In particular, when I click here on the feature, then I see all the classes that are contributed by the feature. I can select a class, and then I see all the outgoing dependencies. I mean, all the classes that are imported by the one I just selected. I can click on that class, and I have the similar visualization where I can really navigate through the import links between the classes. So there are multiple ways to set a context. Here an example. In the main visualization, I can select some features, and each feature gets a defined color. And when I navigate through the systems, those colors are kept to mark what are the original feature and how do they impact through the navigation. So there is multiple ways to have some details on demand. Here, just an example. When I put the mouse above a class, then I have some, the name of the class, the number of fan in, fan out. If I click on it, then I have more details. I'm getting an access or the source code and the method, the variables. Okay, so this is an ongoing work. FeatureVista is a visualization to comprehend software variabilities in presence of feature on a large, possibly large source code base. And currently it is based on source code annotation. So we use the FAXI annotation for this. So far we have done a pilot, and the pilot has been conclusive. So it means that FeatureVista seems to be understandable, usable by at least one user. And we are currently working on a larger evaluation. And that means having an experimental study to understand what is really the impact of FeatureVista on larger comprehension tasks. So thank you very much.